out of talking 12 hours.
Well, then it's simple. All we do is teach him to talk.
How?
What did you say?
How?
Hello and welcome once again to Monkey Madness, where I review every episode of the 60s grooviest family sitcom The Monkees in original broadcast order, before ranking them all whenever I've finished. Today I'm reviewing The Monkees' Paw. The Monkees are hired for a residency at a new venue. However, their new boss is a nightmare, and their hiring means that his previous act, Mendrak the Magician, loses his job. They take pity on him, and Mickey offers to buy his monkey's paw. As Mendrak's luck suddenly changes for the better, the wishes Mickey makes on the monkey's paw are not only nothing but trouble, but they may well bring an end to the act altogether.
You haven't talked about anything but that paw since you've had it, man. Not a thing.
Yeah, I know, I'm really hung up on it, man. I wish I could stop talking about it.
This is another fun late season 2 episode, with some great guest performances. First off, there's Hans Conried as the pathetic Mendrak, who was also the voice of Captain Hook in Disney's Peter Pan. Then there's Henry Beckman as the mean manager, who's also great. There's also a pretty funny scene with the mental problems specialist, played by Seven Darden. Finally, there's Mary Ashley as Mendrak's daughter. She's nothing to write home about. It's just another pretty young straight woman role, but she's not in the episode very much. The guys are great as usual. Mickey's is probably the standout performance in this episode though. There's a great segment where Mendrak tells a story of how he bought the monkey's paw from a llama in the Tibetan mountains, where Mendrak is played by Mickey and the llama is played by Mike. They keep a blooper in.
Over the valley, I walked for 10,000 miles through burning sands and deserts, sands and deserts.
And it has one of my favourite mature jokes of the series. Well, the mature jokes are always my favourite.
I came all this way to find the High Lama.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you're out of luck. He's out back sleeping it off.
You don't mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's how he got his name.
I suppose this is a pretty grown-up joke too.
I don't think we're on the right track.
I don't see why not. It works in police stations all over the world.
There's also a wonderful moment where they leave a blooper in, and Davey has clearly had too much Frodis. It was directed by James Frawley, who often had fun with the editing, such as leaving in outtakes in these later episodes. There's also a great bit where they work Mickey's silence into the act with a tribute to the Marx Brothers, who were a massive influence on the writing of this series.
You know, it's not commercial. I wouldn't buy the act. I wouldn't buy it.
You're right. There's no audience identification.
Once again, there's some wonderful clothes in this episode, including a lovely orange tie on Mike, some great Nehru jackets on Davey, and I just want everything Peter is wearing. There's a great romp to words. It's a great duet sung by Peter and Mickey, which was originally recorded for season 1, before presumably being shelved by Don Kirshner for not being commercial and cookie cutter enough.
Stop, but there's no denying. Love with you, girl, is just like dying.
It's a beautiful song that suits the romp really well.
But all I can hear are the words that never were true, spoken to her.
Instead of being a chase romp, which they've pretty much all been in this season, it's showing off a series of magic tricks to the manager to try and trick him into buying the monkey's paw. There's so many jump cuts here, I'm almost expecting Randall and Hopkirk to turn up. They also reuse some footage of Peter doing magic tricks from the talent show in the season 1 episode, Davy and Fern, which, if you'll remember, is one of my least favourite episodes. For clarification, I don't want to wear that fake beard. They also play some of Going Down when they're supposed to be playing, but I've talked about that song often enough in this season, so I'm going to skip it here. The episode ends with a 4th wall break before we get a brief outtake from earlier in the episodes.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, wait, that monkey.
I hate these kids.
We then get a brief interview segment.
The hippie movement is dead. It was buried in San Francisco and has been replaced by free men.
You get less of these in season 2, and they tend to be too brief. But it's nice to see one where they're as honest as ever about what's going on in the world.
Every time that, the hippies come up with something really vital and intelligent and interesting, the establishment will take it over and put down the people who originated it.
Here, Peter's decrying the commercialisation of the hippie movement. As usual, he's incredibly eloquent, and it's a shame that this interview is so short.
Yeah,
they
very
say-
psychedelic
they say,
ads.
Turn on with
Two.
this.
Turn
Now,
on.
what is this turn on? They're taking over.
All in all, this is another great season 2 episodes. Have you seen this episode? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to tip me, you can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi. Whilst you're there, you can also get a membership for bonus content, including seeing how I make videos just like this. If you want to see me review the episode where they turn Mickey into a werewolf, you can watch my last monkey video here. See you soon!
And said unto the Lord, how the hell did you do that? And inquired of him, do you do children's parties?